Welcome to today's broadcast. Shout out to our sponsors. And now for our broadcast.
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Schlieve Field here in Waupun, Wisconsin, as we get ready for some Trailways non-conference action here. It is the Trailways Conference, but it's separated into the East, West, and South. And we're have the East in the Central Wisconsin Christian Crusaders taking on the West current champions. I'm assuming it's going to be. I don't think there's enough games left that they would lose that over in the Trailways West. And we'll take a look at some of the individual statistics and the team statistics here in a little bit. But before we jump off of this pregame statistics here, I want you to make sure that, or pregame opening slide, first of all, a couple of things. Number one, on Monday, I believe it is, Cameron, on Monday, May 26th, is a pancake breakfast for the CWC Booster Club.
Absolutely.
And it's a free will offering, so it would be fantastic if you would be able to stop by. Why not get some pancakes? And I'm assuming there's all kinds of fixins that go along with it.
Pancakes, eggs, bacon, sausage.
And I can't quite see the time. Do you remember the time off of the top of your head?
I'll be there bright and early, 6 o'clock, get things going, helping get that started. Mr. Nick Campbell heading that off for us.
I believe that it starts at 8 o'clock.
No, it's before that. It might be
7 to 10 maybe, or something like that?
Something like that,
okay.
6:30, 7 o'clock.
We'll see if we can find that out and get that information to you. And then also, I wanted to let you know again, so if people will let me know, and I know this because I saw this on the Crusaders Weekly, I know that they also have I believe there's a Booster Club golf outing for CWC. I don't have the date on that off of the top of my head. I did not see a flyer for that yet, but there is the Oakfield Booster Club golf outing that's taking place on Saturday, August 23rd. So we're small communities around here, and with a lot of, we need to support each other. So I'm recommending it if you can participate in that. That would be fantastic. And then also the NHS over at Oakfield also is sponsoring a bags tournament, which I think will be a lot of fun. They're looking for 16 teams as their fundraiser over there, and it's $10 a person per teams of 2.
As far as bags tournaments go, that's fairly cheap.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic as well, too. Some people know it as bags. Some people know it as cornhole. Right. Again, I think that it's a great way, again, to support the community that's just down the road. And it's a rival community, yes, but you know what? We have to support each other in the small schools in order for us to continue to get the equipment and those types of things you do. And especially we know over at Oakfield that they're
it's things like this that keep these communities and these schools competitive with all of these programs. It's very expensive to run an athletic department, and things like this, donors like this, events like this, man, they really help the culture and the atmosphere at these schools to give these kids the same exposure that they would get at a school with, gobs of money.
We also know that with the Oakfield referendum not passing this first time, that there's not going to be extra money available for the extracurriculars. So if you guys go over there and help support the NHS over at the National Honor Society over at Oakfield, that would be fantastic. We're going to step aside here. We're going to hear from a few of our sponsors, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the Markesan Hornets out of the Trailways West. You're listening to Jeff Sauer with the Dr. Cameron Hatcher here on Jeff's live stream.
Guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today, and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
The CWC Athletic Booster Club is proud to support this broadcast. The CWC Athletic Booster Club is a not-for-profit organization made up of CWC athlete family members and friends of the school. The club's goals are to support improvements of the CWC athletic facilities and programs, such as the recent investment into the school's new weight room, while also investing in the spiritual and physical growth of its athletes. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Booster Club or making a donation, email Crusader Boosters, wearec@wc.org. Good luck, Crusaders.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The outdoor golf season is just around the corner. Now is the time to go to the Rock and use the indoor simulator to be prepared.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. Let me take a look here. I have some buttons that I have to push here to make sure that we have the right information. Let's take a look at the Markesan Hornets. Their record in conference is 10-2, so I guess they do have an opportunity here. I should have printed out what their next couple of games are coming up here, because they do take on, there is a Partyville who is right behind them at 9-2 as well, so I'll see if I can find out that information here, but I've got most of their schedule on here. I had to remove a couple of them, but you can see they have as a common opponent in Laconia. They lost to Laconia 4-2. Twice CWC lost to Laconia. They also lost to Horicon, who is leading this division in the Trailways East. They lost to them 7-2. Again, those are early in the year. They have a loss to Lamira, 11-1, and again, Lamira is a fantastic team, and they lost by 1 run to Cambridge. After that, they ran off a whole ton. They lost to Chilton, which again is a solid team, and then they so far have lost 2 to Partyville. So I'm assuming that they probably have, and then I'm assuming they may have one more, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Again, I'll have to pop up their schedule. Let's take a look at their overall record here on the next slide that we have. So their overall record is 11-7. They have 135 hits and 2 home runs. Team batting average of a .279. Their pitching staff has an overall ERA of .271, 70 walks, 119 strikes. Let's take a look at that pitching staff in a little bit further detail. Again, they've given up 82 runs, only 45 earned. Again, the earned run average of a .271. They've given up no home runs, 70 walks, 119 strikeouts, as I had mentioned before. 7 hit by pitch. The whip is a 1.41, so 1.5 runners are reaching base per inning, whether by the walk or by the hit. When we take a look at the offense for Markesan, they've had 484 at-bats. They've scored 134 runs on 135 hits. That's pretty efficient when you talk about runs to hits. They've had 111 singles, 16 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 home runs. So it's not really power, as is shown in their OPS and their OBS on base percentage, as well as their power statistics with their slugging and the combined batting average. Let's take a look at, they've had 91 walks, and they've had 117 strikeouts. So again, you cannot have that higher strikeouts to walks ratio. They've had 8 of their batters hit by pitch. Again, the team batting average is a .279, on base percentage of almost 400, slugging percentage only of 32.4%, or a .324, and that gives them an OPS of 722. Again, you want that OPS to be right around 1 if at all possible. We're going to step aside here, and we'll come back and we'll talk about Central Wisconsin Christian Crusaders information here in a little bit. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream, along with the Dr. Cameron Hatcher.
To set up a tea time for an hour. Hang out at the bridges at the Rock before or after the simulator. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation for the simulator or call Better yet, swing out to the bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
Sam's Well Drilling is a family-owned business with over 75 years in the water well drilling industry. We can help you with all of your well drilling needs. Our crews are experienced at finding the proper location, setting up the rigs and equipment in all types of circumstances, and drilling to the appropriate depth so that you have fresh, clean water. Sam's also drills wells for commercial and municipal projects. No project is too large or small for Sam's Well Drilling. We at Sam's are thankful to be involved in supplying the well water needs of people all over Wisconsin. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. Did you know we do all kinds of metalwork? We offer a variety of decor available for purchase from other businesses. Designs range from holiday decor to sports to hobbies. Finished items can be wall hangings, outdoor garden decor, coffee tables, and so much more. If you are looking for address plaques, property signage, or awards plaques, King can make them. These are highly customized and durable products with your own street number, name, or event. A variety of fonts are available, and we can add our automotive-grade paint in a custom color, suitable for indoor or outdoor uses. Pricing varies. Call Joe Barnes at King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Whether you enjoy the sun...
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field. Cameron Hatcher with you. Going to jump right into some of the statistics for Central Wisconsin Christian.
Let me jump in there real quick because you can't see it. So let me just jump in here. Again, I had to get rid of some of their schedule. CWC in conference is currently 5-9. That puts them in 5th place in the conference, just ahead of Wayland, who's 1-10. Lourdes is 5-8. And then Oakfield is 6-5. Hustisford is 8-5, and Horicon is undefeated in the Trailways East at 12-0. If we take a look at, again, a couple of comparables I got rid of, CWC lost to Laconia twice. One time they were 10-run, and the other one was 7-0, if I remember correctly. And looking at Horicon, they lost to Horicon 15-0, 11-2, and 7-3. So that one game that they had back on Tuesday, May 6th, is pretty comparable to what Markesan did early on in April. Very like first week or second week in April when they played each other over at Horicon. Okay, now the doctor has got the numbers.
And out of that 5-9 record, excuse me, the Crusaders have scored 133 runs off 149 hits. 126 of those have been singles. That's primarily what they do. Not a power hitting team by any stretch of the imagination. 95 RBIs, been hit by pitch 12 times. Batting average as a team, 290. Not terrible.
No.
You know, you hear 300 batting average in the pros, and you're like, man, he's that's a good hitter right there. So 290, not bad as a team. On base percentage, 41. Slugging percentage, 34.6. So not terrible statistics, but they've been in a lot of high-scoring games and been on the losing end of a lot of high-scoring games this season as well.
One of the ones you had jumped over, just to point out, again, and it's very similar to Markesan's, actually, 97 walks, 125 strikeouts. You cannot have those high of difference in strikeouts to walks and be a successful winning team.
Absolutely. And on the bump, the Crusaders giving up 178 hits and 187 runs for a 7.57 ERA.
That is just a killer for you.
That hurts, man. That hurts. Only giving up one home run, I guess that's a positive. 116 walks. There again.
You cannot do that and be a successful program with 116 walks. That's just...
We've seen it several times that we've been here for the broadcast. You know, they get the bases loaded. You walk a run in. You make one error to score. You load the bases again. You walk a run in, and it gets out of hand quickly.
Right, exactly.
Whip, it gives them the whip over there, 2.32. So, again, almost 2.5 per inning are getting on. That's not good.
No, not at all. I mean, that just tells you that they're not getting outs. If you're getting 2.5 on base and you get 3 outs in an inning, that means that they're facing 5 to 6 batters in an inning. That's you cannot do that, especially with a pitch count.
And then if we want to jump into some of the...
If you want to take a look at some individual statistics, sure, if you've got some of those there.
So we'll look, since Gavin's pitching today, we'll look at some of Gavin Goldade, his pitching stats. 5 games pitched so far, 2-0. in the win-loss column there, so a good positive for him there. 14 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 20 hits, 21 runs, an ERA of 5.73, giving up 13 walks, 17 strikeouts. So good. It'll be good to see what he brings today with him. His whip 2.25. So again, we're getting at least 2 on base, if not 3 every inning, and that's not good.
They make a couple of mistakes that we talk about often, of just not some fundamentally sound, good decision making.
Right, and it has been pitched by committee for CWC this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different 11 different guys have pitched for them this year. Some of that has been by circumstance or consequence, whatever you want to call it. We won't go into that.
Right.
And then on the hitting side of things, you know, we've got a few players in here. We've got to pull up their averages here. Jacob Skalma hitting 393. Ryden Perry hitting 400 as a freshman is huge.
Yeah, I've been impressed with watching him. He normally isn't a starter, but he has come in and done a fantastic job when he comes in as a pinch hitter.
He's got a bright future ahead of him in whatever sport he decides is going to be his main one, but he's good at all of them. So he comes in and contributes, knows his role in this team, and is not afraid to get in there and make things happen. Brent Billy hitting 333 from behind the plate. He's been Mr. Consistent all season long. I love watching him play, the effort he gives on the field, on the court, wherever it is we get to see him play. I love that. So I think that's good enough for that.
Okay, let's step aside. We're going to hear from some of our sponsors here as they're just finishing up. You can see they're finishing up right there on the coaches meeting here with the umpires, talking about where's out of bounds and where's not out of bounds. And we'll come back when they do the after the national anthem, and they do the ceremonial first pitch where they use one of the youngsters to come in and do that. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here with the Dr. Cameron Hatcher here on Jeff's live stream.
Summer with boating, jet skiing, UTV riding, mowing lawn, gardening, or camping, enjoy the leaves falling in autumn, getting to that perfect nature walk or hunting, or enjoying the Wisconsin snowfall hiking, four-wheeling, snowmobiling, traveling across the state, or just driving up and down your driveway. Call PT Tire and Service for all your automotive and recreational needs. Call 920-346 Tire.
Terry Holes and Ada Shun-Jones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry.
Welcome back here. We want to get this first pitch in here, as they always have one of the youth come from CWC. Good throw there for the youngster on the mound to throw that first pitch in here for the before the contest today. Let's see if I got the instant replay of that throw in there as we get lined up here for the national anthem. We will step aside now here for the national anthem. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream.
920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area. Or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor.
Born from a single retail project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. Retail is changing, and it's changing fast. No matter where you are, what you do, or how you sell products to your customers, we're with you every step of the way to lay the groundwork for whatever lies ahead. Building trust through results, and our commitment to provide a customer-driven experience without question. With 4 generations at the foundation of WDS, we've built a reliable client base and a passionate team to bring big-time experience, commitment, and satisfaction to your next project. Because we are built to build better.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
Looking for something special in your child's education? The choices you make for your child today will impact their future forever. At CWC, we provide a Christ-centered education that shapes students academically, spiritually, and personally. From our exceptional elementary and middle schools to the academic rigor of life-enriching programs of our high school, CWC offers a place for students to grow and thrive. Our approach integrates faith into every subject, helping your child see the world through God's eyes. To learn more or schedule a visit, go to wearecwc.org.
Welcome to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Andy Kolker at My Property Shop is ready to assist you with your real estate needs. She prides herself on quick and smooth transactions with excellent negotiation skills. She is the local agent who puts your needs ahead of her own. Andy has already sold over $1 million in property in the first quarter of 2025. Do you want quality, detailed, accurate information in the real estate market? If so, contact Andy today. My Property Shop, located at 6 East Franklin Street, Waupun, or call or text 920-296-8738.
Hello, this is Jeff Sauer with Jeff's Livestream. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes, families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-2066 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you.
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field as we're getting ready here for first pitch. Let's go around here and check our cameras. We've got the one that directly behind home plate here that shows the it does show the entire field because I have to zoom it in because I messed up when I changed the brightness. So I messed it up. Not the doctor had it perfect. There is our pitch camera from out in center field, and we've got our first base camera set up as well. Here we go with the first pitch at 5 o'clock on the head, and the first pitch in there is a strike to the leadoff hitter, Landon Lemke. He is the center fielder today. Let's see if I can pull up some of the information. That's going to be up high for a ball. I've got wind is out of the east at 13 miles per hour. And let's see if I have got the overall temperature, 52 degrees. I think that's actually a little high. They say it feels like 50. Strike two.
I don't know who said it feels like that.
When we were driving to Madison, even on the way home from Madison, that was around noonish. It said 48 degrees in the vehicle. Good job there on the breaking ball to get this strikeout for Gavin Goldade. Freezes Lemke right off of the bat, and he's going to go down looking on the strikeout. That's pretty efficient on the pitch count as well for Gavin.
Catcher number 16, Slark, up next. Markesan shows bunt, throws Goldade off a little bit. Ball one. Set the defense for the Crusaders. Brant Billy behind the plate. Gavin Goldade, senior, on the mound. Jake Van Herwarden, freshman, over at first. Another freshman at second. Number 7, Levi Phillips. Soft grounder there. Jackson Butine bobbles it.
That's going to be an error. Yep. Error over there on Butine. The runner's going to reach on the E6. Let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit without messing it up here.
Vandenberg, the shortstop, up now for the Hornets. Levi Phillips at shortstop, Carson Mulder at shortstop, Levi Phillips at second, Jackson Butine over at third. We just heard out in the outfield, Zach Hoffman, Lawson Phillips in center, and Jacob Skalma moved over in right field today.
Strike one is the count to Benton Vandenberg. Taking off, trying to get the stolen base. Good jump over there for Slark as he's going to advance into second on the stolen base.
Not often we don't see Brant Billy try to make that throw down.
Yeah, it was just a good jump right there. Goldade with the pitch. It's going to be hit
foul
in the ground. 1-2. I wasn't sure what that pitch was. That was to Benton Vandenberg, the shortstop. But the one where we watched the steal was a ball. You can see the lead over there by Slark for the Hornets.
Decent lead. Gets a big jump as Goldade finally will start his windup here.
What a job right there to foul that one off, because that one was a breaking ball that was up by the eyes. That is hard to get a hold of.
Vandenberg really turned on it. Necked off the end of the barrel. Luckily got a piece of it.
I think it must have caught Brandt. It looked like he was holding his leg there for a second. Umpire checked with him to make sure that he's okay. Thanks to the 15 computers who are logged in here watching us here on Jeff's live stream. We're excited about the opportunity to bring you one more Central Wisconsin Christian Crusaders baseball game. That breaking ball hangs in there, 2-2. Only one out here for the Hornets. Runner in scoring position after that stolen base. Getting closer and closer, Cameron, to setting up here for playoffs. Softball is set. It's going to be hit.
Hit to Mulder at short. Comes up firing.
Good job there to get the out. Just a smart play over there by Carson Mulder to go get the out over at first base. 6-3 on the putout.
And it looks like we got a pinch runner in here. I can't see the number. In for Slark. Not sure why. Is it number 8 possibly? 4. Number 4.
Here comes the pitch. That's going to be fouled off to Lucas Bruce. So far, they've been very aggressive going after. So that pinch runner number 4 is Nick Talma. Nice breaking ball in there for strike. Ahead in the count again. And we've talked about this before, Cameron, about how important it is to get that first pitch strike in there. And I heard last night, I love to watch some college softball as well. Strike out right there on Lucas Bruce swinging. A good start here for Gavin Goldade. The percentage of getting an out was like 72% if you throw a first pitch strike. That's absolutely incredible numbers.
Absolutely. The importance of getting ahead in that count. Numbers don't lie.
No runs on no runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. After a half inning complete, your score is 0. Coming up to bat is going to be the Central Wisconsin Christian Crusaders. We'll be back.
Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of Central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
Terry Holes and Ada Shun-Jones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at 920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area, or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor. Katie's.
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field here in Waupun as we get ready here for the bottom of the first inning. Leading things off for the Central Wisconsin Christian Crusaders is Lawson Phillips. Billy is on deck, and Jacob Skolma is in the hole. Brent did a great job there in that first inning catching. Here comes the first pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. You know what? I'm hoping that we're going to have this go this way the whole time. It'll make the game go much quicker if they're throwing strikes and we don't have to worry about them walking.
Always speeds things up that way, one way or the other.
Ball to the inside and low. 1-1 is the count to Lawson. The center fielder for the Crusaders. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to the second baseman, grabs a hold of it, and fires across to the first baseman. 4-3 on the putout. And I actually remembered to hit that nice camera shot that you have over there off of the dugout. One down here for the Crusaders. It's going to bring up number 2, Brant Billy. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit inside. Not by much.
Jabin Lawson on the mound for the Hornets. Gavin Slark behind the plate. Braden Burke over at first. Got time called here. Not sure what that was about.
Brent wanted it. He must not have liked...
Didn't like something.
Yeah.
Dawson Kelm at second and Benton Vandenberg at short. Lucas Bruce over at third. Out in the outfield and left, Braden Bruce, Landon Lemke in center, and Ethan Roberts in right field.
Same spot, inside just a little bit. Lemke trying to find that inside edge.
Strike one.
That one more over the plate, but about the same height, so should give you a good indicator of where the umpire's looking.
Using that height on the mound to his advantage. Strike two.
On the outside edge this time. Nibbled 2 on the inside, 1 down the middle. This time he went to the outside edge.
Give him a lot to look at, widen that strike zone out.
Right.
Gets him looking. Billy didn't like that one. Did not agree. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the same spot as that last one that he had just called a strike.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about this all the time. We may not agree with the strike zone for the official. What we ask is that it's consistent. And you couldn't have asked for more consistency than right there. Absolutely. At that same height, I thought. And I mean, I'm assuming it'll carry through.
Jacob Skolma steps in for the Crusaders. He hits a chopper over to third. Lucas Bruce handles that one, no problem.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. After one complete, your score here from Schlieve Field is 0-0. Coming up to bat for the Hornets is Jabin Lawson, Dawson Kelm, and Braden Burke. We'll be back.
Is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options: appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The CWC Athletic Booster Club is proud to support this broadcast. The CWC Athletic Booster Club is a not-for-profit organization made up of CWC athlete family members and friends of the school. The club's goals are to support improvements of the CWC athletic facilities and programs, such as the recent investment into the school's new weight room, while also investing in the spiritual and physical growth of its athletes. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Booster Club or making a donation, email Crusader Boosters, wearec@wc.org. Good luck, Crusaders.
The Rock Golf Club combines a great...
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field here in the top of the second inning. Gavin Goldade on the mound for the Crusaders. You just saw the Booster Club ad here for Central Wisconsin Christian. As we mentioned at the top of the pregame show, they have their pancake breakfast, and I don't know if you're able to find the times, Cameron?
Well, we start at 6:45 that morning, so we'll be there bright and early. We'll have some hot, fresh, and ready food ready to go.
Not for me. I highly doubt that I'll be there at 6:45. What time does it end? Then I'll be there about 10 minutes before that.
I did not even look at the ending
okay,
time
that's
on there.
I am not a morning person. They ask me about scheduling physical therapy, and they'll say, what time would you like? And I'll say anytime after 9. And then preferably before 2 o'clock with the live stream and stuff that we have going on. That's going to be hit hard over to Mulder. Grabs a hold of it on the backhand side, fires across the diamond, and a big stretch over there by Van Herwarden to get the out. Doctor, I love that camera shot. I've got it locked in there instead of using the one that's behind the plate. As long as they hit it on the infield. Yeah. I love watching the runner run up there, and we can pick up what's happening over at first base. 1 out on the 6-3 putout.
I'll bring up number 5, Dawson Kelm for the Hornets. He watches strike 1. Breaking ball.
Now I just have to remember to make sure I bring it back to this camera view. Nice pitch there by Gavin Goldade. Ahead in the count, 0-2. Again, very efficient here on the mound. That's going to be hit right up the middle for a, good job ranging over there. Just couldn't get it in time. Good hustle play over there by Carson Mulder to grab that behind second base.
Good effort to get over there. Good stretch by Van Herwarden over at first to dig that one out of the dirt, even if it was a little late. I'll bring up Braden Burke for the Hornets here. Left-handed hitter.
Runner over at first base. Takes off right off the bat. Throw coming down in there with a stolen base. It's going to trickle into center field, but not very far. And a good jump over there by Dawson Kelm, who had reached on that infield single. I'm sorry about that.
That pitch was a little high. Gave Billy a good chance to stand up coming out of his stance to make that throw. Just a little off target.
Going to be foul back this direction. 1-1. To Braden Burke. I didn't pick up where Braden is playing at. He is the first baseman. In a little tight, 2-1. And if I remember correctly, I think this is the first time Gavin has fallen behind. Maybe he fell behind against Benton Vandenberg, but I think this is the 2-1. I think is he may have been 2-0 against Vandenberg and battled all the way back to 2-2. Three and 1 now to Burke. Big lefty. playing at first base for the Hornets. Step off, just to hold the runner back. On the outside and draws the walk for the Hornets. First time they've had 2 base runners on, now runners at first and second.
Number 8 hitter Ethan Roberts looking to do something with these 2 runners on base.
First pitch in there, too. Ethan Roberts is a strike. Once again, Gavin is ahead in the count. Let's see if it pays off here. Little bit low. Almost had him swinging at that one. 1-1. Thanks again for joining us here on the broadcast. We need you to help and participate with us, if you would, please. Let us know where you're watching from. Oh, what a nice breaking ball there. In there for a strike. 1-2, ahead in the count again. Who's your favorite player? Who you're cheering for? It doesn't matter if you're a Hornets fan or a Crusaders fan. We'd love to know what reach we have and who you're cheering for. That's going to be hit on the ground to the shortstop. Mulder grabs it, flips it over to second for Phillips to get the force and the second out. We'll have runners at the corners for the Hornets. So it's a fielder's choice for Roberts as Burke goes down on the 6-4 putout.
Expect to see Roberts take off over there. They get a runner for him.
Yeah, I would expect to see the same thing. It's gone already. In there for a strike.
Did get a runner. Did not catch the number.
Over on the other base there.
Oh, he's on second now.
Oh, a pinch runner came in?
Yep.
Okay. Here's the pitch. Inside, good job there. Go Data ahead in the count as they have Breed and Bruce dancing up there. 0-2. Gavin is dealing today here, Cameron.
See if he can get out of this trouble here with runners in scoring position.
Nice block by Brent Billy.
With the number 9 hitter.
Here comes the pitch. Outside and high for a ball, 2-2. Deuces Wild up on the scoreboard here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, popped up into the air. Getting underneath it is the right fielder, Jacob Skalma. Gets there to get the out. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and 2 left on. After 1.5 complete, your score is still 0s here at Schlieve Field in Waupun. We'll be back as the Crusaders are coming up to bat in Zach Hoffman, Jackson Butine, and Gavin Goldade.
With the unmatched beauty of the Waupun landscape. Originally built in 1927, many of the holes on the front 9 play as they were initially designed. Our seamless integration of friendly service and gorgeous natural surroundings is what will bring you back over and over. Bridges at the Rock is the perfect way to end your round. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation. Better yet, swing out to the Bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
Spring is here, and it's time for a tune-up at PT Tire and Service. Get your vehicle ready for those sunny drives with a thorough checkup. From oil changes and tire rotations to brake inspections and fluid top-offs, they've got you covered. Don't forget to check your wipers and battery, too. Swing by PT Tire and Service in Brandon for a spring refresh, ensuring your ride is safe and smooth all season long. or call 920-346-TIRE to schedule an appointment. Your car will thank you. Sam's Well Drilling focuses.
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field. Up to the plate for the Crusaders, number 8, Zach Hoffman. Looking to get things rolling here for the Crusaders. Ball 1. Ball 2 inside.
See if Zach can make him pay here, and it's a strike.
There it is. Pushed him off the plate a little bit and hit that outside corner. Ball 3 inside, 3-1 count here. Count goes full. Ball 4.
They've got a runner on, which is what's most important right now for CWC. That ball squirted away from the catcher, Gavin Slark.
See what number 12, Jackson Butine, third baseman for the Crusaders, can do at the plate here.
Good hit right there for Jackson.
Finds a hole between third and short there.
Good piece of hitting. Jackson stayed right back on that and hit that ball, like you said, in the 5-6 gap.
Bring up Gavin Goldade, looking to help his cause here from the mound. Goldade comes in hitting .276. Has not played in all of their games, missed 6.
Tried to bunt that one in there for a strike. A little bit of small ball here with nobody out. I guess that kind of surprises me, but I can understand also where coach wants to see if he can put a little bit of pressure up there.
Absolutely. Try to get him into scoring position here. Goldade misses strike 2.
Kind of a half-hearted swing there by Gavin. Now, you did talk about Gavin is hurting. He's got he had told me that he sprained his rotator cuff.
Yeah, but out here on the mound today doesn't seem to be showing any signs of it. So
he told me it was his left, because I had actually touched the left shoulder a couple of days ago, and he had flinched quite a bit, and he told me that it was because of
I think he
his
took a
rotator
dive
cuff.
at first base trying to catch a ball.
Knocked out in front, but the runners are going to advance. And I didn't flip the camera enough, but you could see that the block was there. Squirted away there from Gavin Slark, and now the Crusaders on a 2-2 count to Gavin Goldade have runners at second and third. It's almost as if he did execute the bunt. Little bit low, and it's a full count.
I think he ducked down to help that one drop a little.
Yeah, I would say. Kind of what it looked like. Full count to Goldade. Outside.
Ball 4. That'll load the bases for Sam Greenfield. Good to see him back in after he took one off the thumb in one of their games, man. And it broke his thumb.
Yeah, fractured the tip, right?
And just popped it, basically, I guess. I
yeah.
mean, you can imagine holding on to a bat and getting hit by a ball. Did not feel good, and it is not a pretty injury either. We checked it out, had to check it out today in class, but Sam is back out there today. I gave him some good encouragement. Asked him what is we going to do, break his thumb?
Yeah, right. Is that number 24? Is that Ryden Perry who's come in to
Perry
run?
Come in to run for Gavin.
See if Sam can stay hot here. He has been making good contact. As he's in as the DH here for Levi Phillips. Ball one. I've been sitting dead red until he throws me a strike, maybe even two, because he's struggling a little bit up there on the mound. That's going to be hit on the ground off of the glove of the third baseman, and the Crusaders score first.
Top grounder, everybody's safe.
I believe that's going to be an error. I just want to double check. I didn't see it quite. Oh, yeah, that's an error. Hit right to the third baseman. So it doesn't matter how Sam gets on. It just doesn't count as an RBI. And the runner in Zach Hoffman's going to score. And you got bases loaded still for the Crusaders. Pitched in there to Van Herwarden. Still trying to play with. I'm going to just wait here until that's going to be hit hard by Van Herwarden. Unfortunately, I see. Interesting. Concedes the run instead of going home to get the force at home because bases are loaded. He decides to run at the second baseman and tags the runner at second. Very interesting instead of trying to throw home. So Butine's going to score. That time it's on the fielder's choice, though, for Van Herwarden as he's going to reach. And Greenfield is going to be tagged out, so it's unassisted 6 for the out. And Goldade is going to advance.
No, that
must have scored.
Yeah.
They scored 2?
I mean, they got scored 2 on that one, and then that was a double play because the runner didn't go.
Well, it wasn't the line drive, though.
Well, there was a runner on second. He tagged him and then stepped on the bag.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. You're right. Okay, so Butine scored, so Goldade is out on the force. I see. That's why he did it.
Right.
Got the double play. Okay, that makes sense. Boy, how could I miss that? That's really ridiculous on my part. Carson Mulder up to bat now as a 2-1 count to Mulder. So I see. There we go. So it is unassisted 6 twice.
Mulder,
oh,
slow grounder, third comes over, picks that one up. Wild throw. Mulder safe. Jake Van Herwarden will advance around to third on that wild throw.
Surprised that Carson didn't turn and take off to second base. Just a little bit late on the instant replay there, but that's... So he's going to reach on the E5. Van Herwarden is going to advance on the throw.
The Crusaders find themselves back here at the top of their lineup.
Runner's going to take off. Catcher throws it down. In there safe with a stolen base for Carson Mulder. Two nothing here for the Crusaders.
Almost act as if they surprised themselves a little bit to jump out to an early lead.
Let's see if they can hold on to it now. Phillips down 0-2 in the count. Grounded out to the second baseman the first time. That's fouled off. Try and stay alive. Thanks for joining us here on Jeff's live stream. Bottom of the second inning, the Central Wisconsin Christian Crusaders have taken the lead. That's going to be hit to the right-hand side.
Not going to hang fair.
Fouls off.
Tried to go opposite field there.
Take it where it's pitched, and exactly that's where it was, so he decided to try and push it that direction. Didn't quite get it. That breaking ball is going to be held up there a little high. 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs in for the home team, and it is the second inning.
That is your Deuces Wild.
Down low, 3-2.
Phillips really making him earn it here.
He has struggled here. He's already walked 2 players so far in this inning, and he was ahead in the count big time. There's a pitch in the dirt, and bases are going to be loaded, and that's the 3rd walk of this inning. It's going to bring up the catcher for the Central Wisconsin Christian Crusaders, Brant Billy.
Markesan not in a panic. Not too worried about it here. Looking to get out of this inning without too much more damage.
You would think, though, somewhere along the line here, because seating meeting has got to be coming up. I would think it's potential, just like it was in softball. They could have it starting on Wednesday. That's in there for a strike of 2, Brant Billy, who struck out looking the first time. Oh, 1-2. Sorry, 1-1. It doesn't get away far enough.
I think Mulder was all but at third base, but Van Herwarden not quite the speed to get in on that one.
1-1. Time given to Brant Billy.
He's talking to the pitcher on that one.
Tell him he's got to wait until the batter is in their set, I'm guessing. Bases loaded for the Crusaders. Inside, once again, a good block there by Gavin Slark. It's now 2-1.
Lawson has that big, slow, sweeping leg kick. Interesting wind-up. Pitch movement here.
Low, 3-1. No place to put him. Already 2 runs in here for the Crusaders. An opportunity here for them to get the 3rd run.
Something's got to give. Billy, no doubt, looking to score more than 1 at a time here.
Here's the pitch. And draws the walk, and that'll be an RBI.
Now if Skalma can either get on himself or find a hole, put one in the outfield somewhere, and the Hornets are going to talk this one over.
We'll step aside and we'll take it with them as there's a coach's visit to the mound. You're listening to Jeff Sauer along with the Dr. Cameron Hatcher here on Jeff's live stream.
Clean, safe water for everyone. Their expert well water testing checks for bacteria and nitrates, ensuring peace of mind. As part of SAM's commitment to providing safe water, an in-house water testing lab is integral to SAM's service offering. The Water Sampling Lab is a separate division SWD Labs and prides itself on friendly service and a quick turnaround. Whether for drinking, irrigation, or livestock, SAM's has it covered. Trust SAM's for all your water needs. SAM's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Andy Kolker at My Property Shop is ready to assist you with your real estate needs. She prides herself on quick and smooth transactions with excellent negotiation skills. She is the local agent who puts your needs ahead of her own. Andy has already sold over $1 million in property in the first quarter of 2025. Do you want quality, detailed, accurate information in the real estate market? If so, contact Andy today. My Property Shop, located at 6 East Franklin Street, Waupun, or call or text 920-296-8738.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. In fact, there are thousands of them in use across America and in the Caribbean. We have also produced and developed many other steel products for use in retail, commercial, and industrial applications, such as building fascia, loading racks, wall panel systems, and much more. Our design record attests to our dedication to quality and customer satisfaction. King Manufacturing, from design to completion.
born from a single project. WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. The cold storage industry is experiencing high demand and low capacity. WDS is building goodwill from the ground up through customized solutions. WDS is committed to outservice the competition and overdeliver for customers. A client-driven experience without question. Today, we're driven to be better in order to build better.
Welcome back here, Schlieve Field. Jacob Skalma up to the plate, get things going here. Braden Burke, new pitcher in for the Hornets. Delivers strike one. Him and Jabin Lawson just switched places over at first.
0-1 is the count. Hit on the ground.
Slow dribbler up the middle to short.
Fires across. Got him out.
Got him.
Boy, that was a difficult play there by the shortstop. See if we can see on instant replay if he actually did get him there with that great camera shot. Yep, he did. Picked it up there on the instant replay. 3 runs on no hits, no errors, and 1, 2, 3 left on. After 2 complete, your score 3-0. We'll be back here at Schlieve Field.
PT Tire and Service is a family-owned business that invests in you and your family. From one family to another, safe travels and seamless automotive maintenance makes every trip a great trip. PT Tire and Service, serving Central Wisconsin with excellence for over 20 years. Call 920-346-TIRE for all your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon. No job too big or too small. PT Tire and Service in Brandon does it all. Call today, 920-346-TIRE.
The CWC Athletic Booster Club is proud to support this broadcast. The CWC Athletic Booster Club is a not-for-profit organization made up of CWC athlete family members and friends of the school. The club's goals are to support improvements of the CWC athletic facilities and programs, such as the recent investment into the school's new weight room, while also investing in the spiritual and physical growth of its athletes. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Booster Club or making a donation, email crusaderboosters@wc.org. Good luck, Crusaders.
Welcome to Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hookstra's Marketing.
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field. Sorry about cutting off that ad there for Hookstra's Market and Greenhouse. If you're looking for some fantastic flowers to get planting here right before Memorial Day, or you're looking for veggies to get your garden started, or even pick up some veggies that they've got there already. I know they've got some asparagus and stuff. They're getting ready to go to their farmers markets. Swing over to Hookstra's.
It's the place to go.
First pitch in there, Gavin Golday with a nice hook right there. To the top of the order, I believe it is Landon Lemke.
Landon Lemke.
1-1. The Hornets are trailing 3-0 here to the Crusaders. Good pitch there by Gavin Golday. That's another strike. Had Lemke fooled. Taking a hack at that one. That's going to be high for a ball. 2-2. Gavin working quick. That's going to be sawed off and hit over to the shortstop. Grabbing it, Mulder, no way. Not with a left-handed runner. Slowed up in that long, thick grass. So sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't. And this time it did not. The runner beat it out by probably a good 2 steps. Once again, I got to thank the doctor for setting up that fantastic camera view. You can see the center field camera just wiggling there in the wind. See if they're going to take off and steal. Again, they are. Throw this time gets away from the second baseman. Another stolen base, but so far it hasn't made a difference. So reaches on the infield single, then gets a stolen base. And have a runner in scoring position for Markesan. You can see the lead right there by Landon Lemke. 1-0 is the count to Gavin Slark, the catcher. Ball number 2, high. 2-0. Once again, you got to let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Got Mr. Lancer in there saying, let's go, Mr. Hatcher.
I mean, he's not out here watching this game?
He is not. I don't understand it.
Golf practice must be done. Two and one to Gavin Slark. Very worried about Lemke at second.
Why? You have a 3-run lead.
And a right-handed catcher that can get him if he goes.
2-1. Here comes the pitch. Inside for a ball. 3-1. Now to Gavin Slark. Hornets trailing here 3-0 to the Crusaders. Outside and draws the walk. And now he got runners at first and second with nobody out. And your number 3 hitter in Benton Vandenberg coming up. I don't know, do you have all of the stats there? How's Vandenberg's batting average here on the season for the Hornets?
Get that sheet out here.
Here's the pitch. Fouls that first one off. And now Gavin is ahead in the count for the Crusaders.
Ben Vandenberg hitting 328 on the season.
It's pretty solid.
3 and 4 hitters both hitting 328.
Interesting. That is really coincidental that they also have the same batting average at 328.
Right where they want to be. Your 3 and 4 hitters trying to come up to the plate here with runners on.
Goldade with the answer. Ahead now 0-2. The Hornets first and second. Here comes the pitch by Goldade. Gets him swinging for the strikeout. Good pitch by Gavin Goldade.
Got to bring up the number 4 hitter, Lucas Bruce. Third baseman for the Hornets. Again, like we said, hitting 328 on the season. 2 homers.
Couldn't ask for anything better out there if you are Gavin Goldade to get that huge out. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Right now, the Hornets offense has been stymied here. I believe they don't have enough a hit. Yeah, they have 1 hit so far. I'll have to update all of that on my book here. Not used to being able to write now, so if I finally can do some writing, I have to make sure I can keep everything updated. 2-0 is the count to Lucas Bruce, the third baseman for the Hornets. Here's the pitch. Way upstairs and takes a swing at that. That should have been ball 3, but we talk about it a lot of times on the broadcast here, Cameron, about that ball looks like a beach ball when it's high up there at the shoulders. Or for baseball, we can call it a softball because it looks huge when it's up there at the letters are a little bit higher. Gavin comes right back with the same pitch and now makes it 3-1. The big difference. Gavin, when he gets ahead in the count, the number 3 hitter in Vandenberg, he got ahead of him 0-2, struck him out.
Relaxes a little bit. That arm moves like it needs to so he can get those breaking balls to work. High fly ball, looks like Lawson Phillips under it, no problem.
Good job there by the center fielder for Central Wisconsin Christian to catch that ball and get the out in center field for the second out. So The first two batters come up. They get themselves on base at first and second. Your 328 hitters in number 3 and 4 spot end up stranding their runners. 0-2. And that was the hitter's count there for Bruce. Brings up Jabin Lawson, a breaking ball there, ducking out of the way. A good breaking ball there for a strike. Lawson was the starting pitcher. Gave up those 2 runs. He was responsible for all 3. Here's the pitch. That one's going to get away. That's going to allow the runners to advance.
So that was a wild pitch.
I think way wild. It only sailed 4 feet above the glove. Brand Billy. Gavin said, I think that got away from me. 1-1. Runners now up in scoring position at second and third for the Hornets.
Maybe his fingers are getting a little chilly out there.
It could be, because my fingers are getting a little chilly in here. Wind chill's got to be down about 40. Not yet, but it's going to get there. That's going to be fouled off. Dancing there with his feet is Jabin Lawson. 1-2. With 2 down. Here comes the pitch. Inside, right to Jackson Butine over at third base. Fires across the diamond to Van Herwarden and gets the out. Good job there by Jackson to stay with it.
Quick
Didn't grab a
quick
high.
reaction.
Yep. Didn't hop up there on that grass. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and 2 left on for the Hornets. After 2.5 complete, your scores 3-0 here for the Crusaders. We'll be back.
We are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hooksha's Market and Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes. Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include...
Okay, welcome back here to Schlieve Field. Your score 3-0 here as the Crusaders with the lead over the Hornets from Markesan. Coming up to bat here for the Crusaders is going to be number 8, Zach Hoffman, the left fielder. Jackson Butine is on deck. Gavin Goldade is in the hole. First pitch into Hoffman is in there for a strike. 0-1. 1-1. Inside, 2-1. You're using this speaker system?
Yeah. We'll have to adjust and get the speakers out over there. Ball 3 high.
At what time?
I think they're going to try to do Parents' Day stuff as close to 6 o'clock or after 6 o'clock as they can do. Give parents all the time to get here. Ball 4. That'll put Hoffman on. Starting this one off very similar to last inning.
It's very unusual that they'll do parents' night after in the middle of the game.
It was a reschedule, I think, on one of the days when they were doing a doubleheader.
Yeah,
I
I'm sure.
believe.
I'm just saying that it's still
it is
very
odd to do it
unusual to
mid-game.
do that to the visiting team who has to wait. First pitch is in there for a strike to Jackson Butine, who just had a great defensive play over there at third. I can't ever recall seeing anything like that in my career, coaching or playing or.
I'm not sure about the call there. He showed bunt earlier.
Oh, he did call it he did call it a strike.
Did call it a strike.
Yeah. To the lefty. Braden Burke is now pitching. Nice pitch in there again as Jackson diving out.
Catching that inside corner. The natural lefty movement on there had Jackson unsure.
0-2.
Breaking ball got away from Burke there.
Didn't leave that. That one just hung up there. Nobody out. Runner over at first and Hoffman. Dancing there on the secondary, but did not take off. 2-2.
Burke again with that breaking ball. Missed just high this time. See if we can see what he's going to.
I don't know what he's. I'm going to see if I can hit the instant replay here and see.
Go ask Danielle Smith. She can probably tell you everybody's name.
Coach is asking for a clarification, too, because I don't know what he did either.
Giving him a
warning
here,
something.
saying he's starting that pitch count while the batter still has time. Butine saying he's had, 1 foot out and the pitcher's already starting into his windup, I believe was the call here. Just giving him a warning. If it happens again, it will be a balk. Fair enough,
Yeah, but I didn't see it that way. I mean, I
didn't
understand.
quite see it that way either.
Even on the instant replay, I didn't see it.
Hopefully Butine will not milk that and go ahead and just get in there and hit. She said she wasn't. She was like, I don't really want to because I'm a parent. I was like, well, she is going to do it?
Okay, now something was said there by some of the fans, so the umpire didn't like that, so he addressed the fans and said, we're going to show sportsmanship, so we'll see what's happening here.
I like
2-2. That's going to be hit on the ground over there, picked up by the third baseman, fires across the diamond, gets Butine on the out, but it allows Hoffman to advance over to second base on the grounder to the infield on the 5-3 putout.
Bobbled it. Lucas Bruce bobbled it briefly there at third, but still able to come up and get the out. Way to stick with it there. That'll bring up Gavin Goldade with 1 out. Zach Hoffman at second. Good luck with this sound.
1 down. That's going to be a little bit high to Goldade. So you want me to make sure that we got it?
We'll wait.
Fires over. Goes in and standing up. Outside, 2-0 to Gavin Goldade for the Crusaders. Already with a 3-0 lead, only 1 out, runner over at second base in scoring position. Here comes the lefty. Right on the outside edge for a strike, 2-1. one down. Here's the pitch. Fouled off by Gavin Goldade for a strike, 2-2. Goldade reached by a walk the last time, up in the second inning. So the last time he was up to bat.
Goldade hitting 276 on the season.
Oh, what a breaking ball in there for a strike.
That was pretty.
Slow curve. Came in there and caught the outside edge for a strikeout. Looking for Gavin Goldade.
I'd love to see Sam Greenfield get one here.
He made good contact last time.
Last time, reached on the air, unfortunately, but still made good contact.
Pitch is high. Ball one. Sam seems to be gripping the bat okay, at least it looks like. I mean, we can't see his face here to see if he's wincing with that broken thumb.
Well, I mean, you think about it with that. I think it's his right hand, I believe. Maybe it's his left. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's his right hand that got hit. So you're not really wrapping that thumb on there. So he can get it deep enough in those big hands to.
Right. And that's only driving the bat through the strike zone. I'm guessing it is the right thumb, if I remember, because otherwise he'd be playing because he can't throw.
Right.
So I'm guessing it would have been that right thumb that was injured. 2-0 for Sam Greenfield for the Crusaders. Here's the pitch. Good block there by Slark. That one's in the dirt. 3-0.
3-0. See if Sam even gets the bat off his shoulders here.
I'm sitting dead red right here. Get him walking to base. That's in there for a strike. You may want to have him sit again because 3-1 is the count.
I'm going to call it. Burke's going to try to come back here with that breaking ball. Let's see.
I think you're right.
No. Greenfield doesn't care either
Oh,
way.
What a good hustle play there by Sam Greenfield.
Lucas Bruce.
Grabbed that on the bare hand. That's what I was watching there, the defensive play there. Grabbed it with his bare hand, fired it across the diamond, but did Greenfield take off like a rocket out of that box and beat it out for an infield hit. Good hustle there by Sam Greenfield.
Runners in the corners here for Van Herwarden.
See if he takes off with the 2 outs, or do you wait to let's see if Jake can hit?
Reached last time with the fielder's choice here.
Nice pitch there. Burke comes right back with a strike.
I love that straight over top from the lefty.
0-1 to the freshman. Soon to be sophomore in 2 days, right?
Mm-hmm. Assuming he passes all of the exams.
Oh, he's going to ace them all, I'm pretty sure. 1-1.
I don't know about Miss Mara's. I hear Miss Mara's exam is a tough one.
Miss Mara has high standards. It's not tough. It's just high standards. That's going to be hit well.
Warden.
Right to the left fielder, though. Didn't even have to move to grab that ball.
Hit well, but right to him.
No runs on 1 hit. No errors, and 2 left on for the Crusaders. Your score, 3-0 here at Schlieve Field. We'll step aside and we'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer with the doctor, Cameron Hatcher, here on Jeff's live stream.
Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Sam's Well Drilling focuses on providing clean, safe water for everyone. Their expert well water testing checks for bacteria and nitrates, ensuring peace of mind. As part of Sam's commitment to providing safe water, an in-house water testing lab is integral to Sam's service offering. The Water Sampling Lab is a separate division SWD Labs and prides itself on friendly service and a quick turnaround. Whether for drinking, irrigation, or livestock, Sam's has it covered. Trust Sam's for all your water needs. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Terry Holes and Ada Shun-Jones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at 920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area. Or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor.
Andy Kolker at My Property Shop is ready to assist you with your real estate needs. She prides herself on quick and smooth transactions with excellent negotiation skills. She is the local agent who puts your needs ahead of her own. Andy has already sold over $1 million in property in the first quarter of 2025. Do you want quality, detailed, accurate information in the real estate market? If so, contact Andy today. My Property Shop, located at 6 East Franklin Street, Waupun, or call or text 920-296-8738.
Is your child ready for life? At Central Wisconsin Christian, we equip students not only with an exceptional education, but also with the spiritual foundation they need to navigate today's world with confidence and faith. Our graduates are prepared for life, academically, personally, and spiritually. Discover what makes Central Wisconsin Christian different. Call us at 920-324-4233 or visit us online at wearecwc.org. Central Wisconsin Christian, preparing students for life and eternity.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class building and canopies. Steel King canopies are a well-known and respected product. We design, fabricate, and contract installation for C-stores, fleets, entryways, restaurants, and more. Steel canopies serve a variety of purposes, including advertising or signage, control access, sheltering an entrance or loading area, support of lighting systems, and weather protection for people, equipment, or outdoor storage. King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Hello, this is Jeff Sauer with Jeff.
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field. Just letting you know that they're having Parents' Night here in the middle of the game, and we're trying to get through all of the players here. So that's what you see out there as far as the parents getting out there recognized. So I just wanted to let you know that that's what's taking place here. We're going to step aside here, and we'll be back here on Jeff's live stream here as soon as all the parents are done.
Sam Greenfield.
We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes, families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-2066 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you.
Born from a single retail project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. Retail is changing, and it's changing fast. No matter where you are, what you do, or how you sell products to your customers, we're with you every step of the way to lay the groundwork for whatever lies ahead. Building trust through results, and our commitment to provide a customer-driven experience without question. With 4 generations at the foundation of WDS, we've built a reliable client base and a passionate team to bring big-time experience, commitment, and satisfaction to your next project. Because we are built to build better.
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field. Still waiting for pictures for Parents' Day here. And it looks like I think they're done now, so The Hornets are waiting patiently to come on up here to bat, as the players are grabbing their gloves and looks like they're heading out to their positions. 3-0 here in the top of the fourth for the Crusaders. Trying to get ready for their warm-ups. Yes, it is a little chilly. The doctor said maybe I should have worn my sweatpants, but I mean, I actually thought about bringing the heater, but I didn't.
I mean, you hear 50 whatever, and you're like, well, that's not cold. But we got spoiled here with some of the days in the upper 70s, close to 80, I believe, one day or two, and man, that makes 50 feel a little cold.
And this wind is not helping at all. All right, well, thanks for bearing with us here as we got through, again, Parents' Night. Very interesting. I can't say I've ever seen it happen in the middle of a baseball game, but
I think it's cool that they do it. I definitely never seen it at the beginning or in the middle of a baseball game like that, for sure. I can understand it before it starts or
well, Parents' Night is always something that should happen, no doubt about that, but you have to take into consideration the Hornets, who have been sitting here now for 5 to 7 minutes, and the game has been delayed. And if we're talking about being cold, they're the ones that are sitting down there.
Right.
And
we're out of the wind a little bit. They are not.
Yeah, and it just, I mean, it just breaks the entire momentum of what happens with a game. Again, I get it.
Now, and that could be just what they needed down 3-0.
Yeah, we'll see. And maybe that's what. Maybe now the Crusaders will lose their entire focus and then fall apart.
And we'll see. Could go either way.
Yeah, we've seen the fifth inning has not been the friend of the Crusaders. And there's the first pitch high off of the glove of Brant Billy. Ball one.
I enjoy all the different, ceremonies they do to recognize parents and
thank
the
absolutely
parents and things like that. But I've always felt, both when I played and since, it interrupts the flow of the game.
Yeah,
no
it never
how
has.
you do it.
Well, if you're doing it before warm-ups, there's nothing that has taken place. I mean, the game hasn't been impacted. Is this Dawson Kelm who's up?
Dawson Kelm, 2-1 to Dawson Kelm.
Typically, that's when you have it. Ooh, that's off of Billy.
Off Billy's mask. Ryer Greenfield hollers from the dugout to make sure he's okay. Ryer,
2-2.
Hate to see him out. That ankle is now in a boot.
Yep.
So I think he finally made the decision to call it and not try to tough it out. He's got next year to think about playing basketball at Dordt.
Yep, I had a little conversation with him. I told him, good job there, holding in there on that breaking ball by Kelm. I told him that it's not worth it. Said I can't tell you how many injuries I have, and I'm paying the price now. I'll be having surgery after surgery after surgery, and
you want to
ultra
tough it
competitive.
Out. You want to be out there, but there's I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would agree. You've got to listen to your body, especially if you're going to the next level to play a different sport. Why would you want to risk further injury?
Right. Draws the walk in Kelm. Runner once again for the Hornets.
Hit him on the foot, or was that just in the dirt?
It was a ball four anyways, either way. So it looked like to me that it hit him off of the toe, but I didn't see it. He didn't necessarily point that it was a dead ball from what I saw.
That's what I thought he pointed at him on.
His hands went up? Mm-hmm. Oh, then it was a dead ball, so then it would have been a hit by pitch. The runner takes off right off the bat.
Billy bobbles that one.
And once again, they have a runner at second, but they've had to strand him there. They did get runners over to third.
Got him over to third.
One inning here.
Yeah, and not able to cash in.
Ball one.
Burke with a light walk last time. 1-1 to count to Burke.
It's going to be a flare to the left-hand side and goes foul. I should stop watching the ball and hit the switch because I'm the switcher operator.
The switcher.
1-2. To Burke, as you had mentioned, drew the walk and then hit into the fielder's choice. Shortstop to the second baseman on the putout. Inside, 2-2. The new pitcher, Braden Burke. Here comes the pitch. Hits that one off of the toe while in the box.
Did not feel good.
Nope. He jumped up on it right away. Keeps the count at 2-2.
Shakes that one off.
More importantly, it keeps the runner at second base because of the foul ball. I don't think Gavin's able to field that quick enough to stop the runner from going over there, nor should he. He should get the out, concede. That's going to be fouled off to the first base side. And you can see the wind really making that camera dance out there. You just saw kick the dirt. It doesn't seem like it, but the flag is standing straight up. That's going to be hit by pitch again. So back-to-back hit by pitches, and now there's runners at first and second with nobody out.
Ethan Roberts up to the plate for the Hornets.
Brings up the number 8 hitter. Courtesy runner coming in. We're not going to know who that is because we don't have, he's got a sweatshirt on. I get it with the cold weather, but there should, to me, they should have a pullover or if their sweatshirt
or at least have his jersey tucked in.
Well, they should have a number on that jersey, on that sweatshirt. If you're wearing a sweatshirt, it should be a team shirt so that we can see who's out there. First baseman's going to come in, and Van Heerwarden steps in front. First pitch in there to Roberts is a strike. He's the one that hit into the fielder's choice the last time. If that sign's in your way, we can take it down.
Oh, that's all right. I put it up crooked. I'm going to have to lower this side.
That's going to be hit off to the right-hand side. Skalma's going to track it down, get it. And because the runner at second base had stepped off and didn't get back into position, the runners do not advance. At second, he easily should have been able to get to third. I mean, that's a hard throw to run.
Coach has got to be yelling at him there. Get back to the bag.
Unreal.
And eyes on the coach. When that hand drops, you go.
F9 for the out. First out of the inning. Inside on that pitch to Gavin Goldade.
And Braden Bruce jumping for his life there.
That one broke really well. The wind must be helping push his breaking ball. Fouls that one off. 1-1.
The off speed there.
Gavin's got a hook on that thing that I haven't seen him throw before.
It's definitely working for him today.
One out. 1-1 is the count.
There we go. Now the sign's level. My OCD won't bother me.
On the outside edge. Strike number 2. 1-2. Run out. Well, again, Markesan going to strand runners if they don't get some contact here. Fouls that one off to stay alive.
Bruce doing a good job up there. Nice piece of hitting so far. really protecting that plate behind in the count. Goldade steps off. Encourages Dawson Kelm back to second.
With a 1-2 count.
No comment.
Me either.
Throw the
Just
ball.
saying, a 1-2 count, 1 out, you have a 3-0 lead. In the dirt. Good block there by Brant Billy. Now 2-2. Runners at first and second for the Hornets. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Billy. This time the runner's going to take off. Kept the ball in front. But I'm not sure why is only the runner at third advancing. So, okay. Runners at the corner. 3-2, full count right now. They've got the force still set up in play. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off inside and draws the walk anyways. And now bases are loaded for the Hornets with only 1 down.
Bases loaded, top of the lineup. Landon Lemke, center fielder for the Hornets.
Last
Looking to
time
make
he had
something happen here.
He had a base hit, or is that? Oh, that was the one that
strikeout and a single.
Yeah, that dribbler to the shortstop. That's gonna fall right into the glove of Phillips. He's gonna fire home. It's gonna be an interesting play. I agree with you. Braden Burke is should be their ace, and right now the Crusaders have handled him pretty well so far, as well as we were talking about. I mean, again, you could hear us talking here. Is that where is this Markesan team that is leading the conference in the West with a 10-2 record?
We definitely want to give some credit to the Crusaders here. They've been playing a good game so far. Gavin's doing a great job from the mound.
Yeah, and not making a lot of mistakes like they have previously with errors. Good job there.
Those silly errors. Great job on Mulder to fight off that curveball.
It probably would have been in there for a strike, protecting up at the plate with a 1-2 count. That's going to get away.
Just a little outside on that breaking ball.
I feel right there you could see Gavin Slark shaking the hand. It's got to be cold because my fingers are cold here. And we're kind of in the box protected, and I'm keeping them in my pocket as much as I can. 2-2 is the count. I can't imagine trying to just knock down that ball with a bare hand. Mulder, infield fly. Second baseman runs over there and grabs a hold of it for the out. Who is that?
Dawson Kelm there at second base.
F4 on the first out. Brings up the top of the order in Lawson Phillips. Had the walk in the second inning. Grounded out to the second baseman in the first inning. Strike one.
Burke starts things off there with a nice breaking ball. We got away from him a little bit.
And I guess I should give a little bit of the benefit of the doubt here. It's cold.
It is cold.
You're not gripping that ball, and you had mentioned it before. We know for a fact the count is now 1-2. What I'm surprised at, though, is the same is true for the other side, and Gavin Goldade is not having any issues getting his breaking ball to work. So maybe Gavin likes it cold. Maybe he gets a better grip on the ball when his fingers are shrunk from the cold. I don't know.
A little more insulation for Gavin than Braden Burke.
Fouled that one off for Lawson Phillips. Keeps the count at 2-2 with 1 down. 3-0 is their 3-1 lead here for the Crusaders in the bottom of the fourth. That breaking ball hangs and is on the outside edge, says the umpire. And it's a full count, 3-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off by Lawson Phillips.
Doing a great job up there. Fighting off, trying to wait for his pitch. Knows he's probably not going to get a perfect one, but get one in his wheelhouse and he can make something happen with it here.
Back to a 3-2 count. Full count to Phillips. Here's the pitch by Burke. Again, fouls that on the outside edge. May not have been a strike, but his job is he's got to protect until he gets one that's going to come around there.
Can't be close. Don't want one of those backwards Ks.
Right. Stay up there and protect at the plate. Does a great job and ends up drawing the walk. Nice work there. 9-pitch at bat.
That's impressive. Brent Billy steps up to the plate here. 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout and a walk.
See if the Crusaders can get that run back that they conceded in that last inning, in the top of the 4th. Thanks again for joining us here on Jeff's live stream. Yeah, you can see that camera dancing in the wind. Throws back over. That's going to get away
from him there. He'll make his turn. Hold up from 3.
I don't know that, and again, I don't have the stats on how many stolen bases does Lawson Phillips have. That pitch is in there on the outside edge. 0-1 to Brant Billy. I don't know if you had the stats there, if they have stolen bases on there for Lawson Phillips. In the dirt, good pick there by Slark. 1-1.
Yeah, Lawson Phillips with 11 stolen bases. Make that 12 now. Is that one right here?
It is. So I guess the Hornets did their work. 2-1 is the count. Understanding that he is somebody who's going to run, so that's why they threw over there to try and hold him. That's going to be hit to the right-hand side.
Billy with kind of a half swing. That one gets over Ethan Roberts' head.
That's going to be a base hit. That's a double for
Phillips
sure.
Is going to score. Billy stands up 3.
Nice job there by Billy for the triple. And he's going to get the RBI as well, as Lawson Phillips is going to come in and score. Does the wind have something to do with that one maybe out there, pushing it off to the right-hand side?
As much as you can see that camera dancing, and you could tell at the last second as Ethan Roberts stretched out for that one, he was reaching back towards the right foul pole there. Definitely played a lot on that ball and that backside spin already, causing that a tough one out there for Ethan Roberts.
Jacob Skalma now up to bat. First time he grounded out to the shortstop. I don't think it's picking up parents. It was probably us. I'm not saying we were there talking. We had made some comments. I don't think it's picking up.
I don't know what I would be picking up.
Well, we were talking in between that last inning about how we're surprised at how well Markesan. I'm not saying that we weren't making comments there. Normally we try and do it off air, but that's going to be hit on the ground.
Chopper to short.
Oh, that'll be an error by the shortstop. Good hustle there by Jacob Skalma to beat that out down the line. Another run's going to score for the Crusaders. That'll be an E6 for the Hornets.
Hoffman up at the plate. Watches ball one.
1-0. Zach has walked both times. Doing a good job up there. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. One down here for the Hornets. Defense. Runner takes off. They're going to fire it down, and they're going to miss that one. And a good backup over there by the center fielder.
Skalma up easy at second there.
1-2 is the count to Hoffman. Much better fundamentals here today for the Crusaders. That's outside for a ball. 2-2. And thanks again for joining us here on Jeff's live stream. Here's the pitch. That's a little bit high. 3-2 to Zach Hoffman. He's already drawn 2 walks today. Good eye up there by Hoffman.
Gonna have to get some power for this iPad here shortly. He hits one out to center. Nice base hit there for Zach Hoffman.
Bobbled by the center fielder, and that's going to allow for Skalma to turn.
Stays up at home, and Hoffman will advance to second on the throw home.
Oh, my apologies, folks, for not flipping that switcher. Wow. Bobbled out there by the center fielder. Skalma on the drive, on the line drive hit by Zach Hoffman. And coach is going to come out and have a conversation. And when Hoffman hit that ball, bobbled by the center fielder, Skalma turned from third. They fire the ball home. And that allows for Zach Hoffman to leave from first base to get over to second base. New pitcher coming up. We'll step aside and take it with him. You're listening to Jeff Sauer along with Cameron Hatcher here on Jeff's live stream.
We are Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
Angling only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
The CWC Athletic Booster Club is proud to support this broadcast. The CWC Athletic Booster Club is a not-for-profit organization made up of CWC athlete family members and friends of the school. The club's goals are to support improvements of the CWC athletic facilities and programs, such as the recent investment into the school's new weight room, while also investing in the spiritual and physical growth of its athletes. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Booster Club or making a donation, email crusaderboosters@wc.org. Good luck, Crusaders.
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field. Coming up to bat now is Jackson Butine for the Crusaders, who have a 6-1 lead. And Zach Hoffman sitting over at second base. One and 0.
This is the most chatter I've heard out of the CWC bench this season. Butine on a rope out to left field. That one will drop in front and roll into foul territory. Hoffman will score. Butine up for 2.
Nice job there by Jackson Butine. Pull it right down the line for the double.
He and Zach Hoffman trade places. Gavin Goldade up to the plate.
4 runs in already in this inning, and only 1 out. The new pitcher is number 20.
I missed that one there.
0-1. 1-1 in the dirt.
Garrett Heberer, pitcher.
Here comes the pitch. That's going to be hit out to the right-hand side. Right fielder grabs a hold of it, fires it in quickly. Good play there by the right fielder. This time to get the out. Didn't let the wind impact him as it was drifting. Second time out there, it gives him a chance to figure out how to play it in the wind. And that is the second out. It's going to bring up Sam Greenfield.
Where did he fly out to on that? I was getting Heberer.
F9.
Okay.
That pitch is in there for a strike. A little bit different arm angle here from number 20. I'm sure who that name was
Garrett
again.
Heberer.
That's going to be popped over there to the second base side.
Kelm at second again.
Gets a hold of it. But once again, the Crusaders put up a 4 spot on 1, 2, 3. I got him down for 3 hits, 1 error, and only 1 left on in Jackson Butine. And your score 7-1 after 4 complete. We'll step aside and we'll be back here at Schlieve Field. You're listening to Jeff Sauer along with the doctor, Cameron Hatcher, here on Jeff's live stream.
Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The outdoor golf season is just around the corner. Now is the time to go to the Rock and use the indoor simulator to be prepared. Call to set up a tee time for an hour. Hang out at the bridges at the Rock before or after the simulator. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation for the simulator or call. Better yet, swing out to the bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
Sam's Well Drilling is a family-owned business with over 75 years in the water well drilling industry. We can help you with all of your well drilling needs. Our crews are experienced at finding the proper location.
Welcome back. You guys just yelled at me because I was trying to get my book all situated.
Catcher number 16, Gavin Slark, up to bat for the Hornets. Slow roller to Mulder. Out number 1.
Good job there by Carson to stay down on it. And finish the play with the defensive fire across the diamond. 6-3 on the putout.
That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Benton Vandenberg. 0 for 2 today. Fouls off, strike 1.
Yeah, he said it's a little bit of a struggle, I would say, here at the plate. We talked about it before, a .328 hitter. Their 3 and 4 hitters both had the same exact. There's another swing in the dirt. At the pitch in the dirt. Gavin's breaking ball's been breaking.
The junk that Gavin likes to throw can really mess with hitters, and I think that's why he's had a lot of the success that he's had this year. Not a lot of great breaking ball hitters at the high school level.
No, it's very hard to hit that breaking ball. Even at the pros. I mean,
even at the pros.
Inside.
Ball 1. chopper bounces over Goldade's head. Mulder comes up firing. Not in time.
Don't know if I switched the camera view in time or not. I don't like the fact that it's got this little, just barely beat it out.
Was close.
I did make the right switch.
Lucas Bruce steps to the plate.
Sometimes I get lucky. Infield hit for Vandenberg. Maybe, again, it's that announcer's thing. It's the reverse jinx thing if we talk about it. Then it changes. Goldade fires over. Thanks again for joining us here on Jeff's live stream. Runner's going to take off. Going to fire it. Good stop there by Levi Phillips. He doesn't get that one away. It's tailing. I think that one may have tailed into right center and it would have allowed the runner. And again, we're talking about this. Runner over at second base, but they haven't been able to cross the plate.
Not the first time we've seen it. They have not been able to push them across. Foul ball. 1-1.
To Lucas Bruce. Again, he was a .328 hitter. Both him and Benton had exactly the same, and they had both the same results as far as getting 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off.
Really struggling with all of these off-speed pitches and breaking balls from Goldade.
I'm going to see if I can volunteer to be a courtesy runner for a little bit so I can go warm up.
We'll have to do something to get a lot more people online to see that one.
Good pitch. Gets him strikeout looking. That is the second strikeout by Lucas Bruce today.
First baseman Jabin Lawson gets his sign, steps in the box. He is also over 2 today. Uncharacteristic piece of hitting here for the Hornets so far.
Got to give credit where credit's due. Gavin Goldade on the mound today.
Gavin approaching that 100-pitch mark. If I'm close, he's around 92, I do believe.
Can throw 105. Here comes the pitch. Nice pitch again. That breaking ball fooled Lawson. Down 0-2 in the count.
Pass ball here. Vandenberg turns and looks. This big backstop back here.
That is a good hustle play from Brant Billy to get back there and pick that up. I had a choice. I either follow Brant or I follow the runner. I followed the runner that time. And Brant did a good job of getting back, firing it over to Gavin, because Vandenberg, I think you're right. I think he was thinking about trying to take 2 on that pass ball.
And rightfully so. It's a country mile to this backstop. 2-2.
Good battle up there for Jabin Lawson. Reaches out, slaps that off to the right-hand side out of play. And we lost the camera. Think we lost battery over there?
Shouldn't have?
I know we shouldn't have, but
cords may have wiggled out again.
In the wind or something like that. I guess we'll stick with what these 2. They're still good ones. And a strikeout swinging for Jabin Lawson. And Gavin Goldade is having a day on the mound. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. After 4.5 complete, your score 7-1. The Crusaders with the lead over the Hornets. We'll be back.
setting up the rigs and equipment in all types of circumstances, and drilling to the appropriate depth so that you have fresh, clean water. Sam's also drills wells for commercial and municipal projects. No project is too large or small for Sam's Well Drilling. We at Sam's are thankful to be involved in supplying the well water needs of people all over Wisconsin. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. Did you know we do all kinds of metalwork? We offer a variety of decor available for purchase from other businesses. Designs range from holiday decor to sports to hobbies. Finished items can be wall hangings, outdoor garden decor, coffee tables, and so much more. If you're looking for address plaques, property signage, or awards plaques, King can make them. These are highly customized and durable products with your own street number, name, or event. A variety of fonts are available, and we can add our automotive-grade paint in a custom color, suitable for indoor or outdoor uses. Pricing varies. Call Joe Barnes at King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field. Crusaders with a commanding 7-1 lead, dare we say, heading into the bottom of the fifth here. Jake Van Herwarden due up first, Carson Mulder, then back to the top of the lineup, Lawson Phillips, the in-the-hole hitter to start things off here, the bottom five. And Garrett Heberer still on the mound.
This is the third pitcher for the Hornets.
Third pitcher. Let's see if we can get some stats in here for Garrett.
I'm wondering how many pitches. Can you bring up those stats? How many pitches that we approximately had them for as well?
Garrett comes in with a 2.03 ERA.
You've
One
got
win, no loss, 2 saves on the season so far.
Jalen Lawson was 43, Burke with 57. Both of those guys are not eligible to pitch tomorrow if they have a game. I don't know if they have a game or not, but they're not eligible to pitch.
They say call it first pitch was a strike, I believe.
Outside there for a ball. We'll see what he gives here for a count.
Yeah.
1-1, I think it was. Yep. It's going to be popped up into the air. Nope, foul back. Sorry about that. Dunk. Off of the bleachers.
Off the bleachers. Somebody's awake over there.
Van Herwarden had reached on a fielder's choice and scored the first run of the game, I believe.
Yep, he was the first run.
And then grounded out to the third baseman the last time.
Fouls
1-2.
One off.
Third pitcher being used here by the Hornets. Pretty sure we had looked up this when I was working with the Jordan King, the pitch count rules. If you stay under 30, you can pitch the next day. And the next one is at 50. You have to sit 1 day. And then out to 75, that's going to be fouled off.
Fouled off the foot. Van Herwarden didn't flinch.
And then if it's between 50 and 75, you have to take 2 days rest. So Burke will have to sit for 2 days. He can come back and pitch on Thursday. Goes down looking is Jake Van Herwarden for the strikeout. Nice job there by Heberer.
I'll bring up Carson Mulder for the Crusaders. Reached on an error and also had a fly out to Dawson Kelm at second.
Stolen base, I had him written down for as well for Carson.
If he gets on, he's got the speed.
Yeah, he's got wheels. Strike one. Bottom of the fifth inning here at Schlieve Field. Crusaders with a 6-run lead. You can see that scoreboard in the middle of your screen. Strike number 2 looking for Carson. Now he's got to protect. Ball. Those toes up to the plate, choke up a little bit. One and two. Hits that one on the ground to the shortstop. Stays with it, grabs it, fires across the diamond for the quick out.
Just in time.
Good play there by the shortstop, Benton Vandenberg. On the 6-3 putout. for the second out.
I'll bring up Lawson Phillips. Ground out in a pair of walks today.
Top of the order for the Crusaders. Takes a big swing at that one for a strike. Lawson got on with the walk, I think you said, right? And he had the stolen base as well. We were wondering why throw over to first. Actually, it would be a throwing error, so it wasn't a stolen base. As Braden Burke was trying to hold him on first base, threw over to first, and then threw it in the dirt and allowed for him to advance. That's going to be hit
Phillips.
Right to center field. And again, you
Landed
could see
Lemke.
it tailing there as the center fielder was having a hard time trying to hold it, but is able to grab a hold of it for the third out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on. And after 5 complete, your score 7-1 here at Schlieve Field. Coming up to bat for the Hornets will be Dawson Kelm, Braden Burke, and then Ethan Roberts. We'll be back.
The sunshine of summer with boating, jet skiing, UTV riding, mowing lawn, gardening, or camping. Enjoy the leaves falling in autumn, getting to that perfect nature walk or hunting, or enjoying the Wisconsin snowfall hiking, four-wheeling, snowmobiling, traveling across the state, or just driving up and down your driveway. Call PT Tire and Service for all your automotive and recreational needs. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Terry Holes and Ada Shun Jones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at 920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area. Or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor.
Born from a single retail project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. Retail is changing, and it's changing fast. No matter where you are, what you do, or how you sell products to your customers, we are with you every step of the way to lay the groundwork for whatever lies ahead. Building trust through results, and our commitment to provide a customer-driven experience without question. With 4 generations at the foundation of WDS, we've built a reliable client base and a passionate team to bring big-time experience, commitment, and satisfaction to your next project. Because we are built to build better.
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field. Defensive changes here for the Crusaders as Gavin Goldade's day is done on the mound. Too many days and day and done.
Day done, yep. Jacob Skalma will move over from right back to his usual home out in left. Ryden Perry looks like in right field, and Carson Mulder again on the mound. Zach Hoffman will slide into shortstop for him.
Big
Foul ball,
swing.
strike one.
For Dawson Kelm. These pitchers have got the Hornets batters confused up there.
Not what they were expecting, I'm sure how they were anticipating this game to go.
I don't know how it happened unless the battery pack was dead, but it's recharged a little bit in the sun. Well, now we lost it again. I'm guessing that might be the issue. Right up the middle. Slow roller to second baseman. He's going to beat it out for the infield hit for Dawson Kelm. Running hard down the line. Let's see what we had there. I think we were talking about it. I think only a total of 4 hits that Gavin Goldade gave up. Was it 5 strikeouts and 3 walks? Does that sound right?
Yep.
I believe it was.
That's the right way to be this time for Gavin.
In 5 innings, that's really good. It's going to be in there for a strike. 0-2 to Braden Burke.
Oh, that is Garrett
Oh,
Heberer.
Heberer, sorry, came in. Throw over again. Don't know why Carson's doing that. You have a 6-run lead. In the dirt, that's going to get away, and the runner's going to advance over to second base. You only need 6 outs, so if you concentrate and focus and get your hitters out, it's now 1-1. Does that sound right? I thought it was 1-2, but
1-1, yep.
okay. Fouls that one off to the right-hand side. It's now 1-2. I was foreshadowing.
That's what it was.
1-2. I'm guessing that might be the issue with the solar battery pack that we have over there.
I'm guessing that between that and the wind and those cords, I don't know, the way they were tight in there, it wouldn't stay plugged in all the way. So either that or it's wiggled itself loose.
Wiggly jiggly in the wind.
Wiggly jiggly in the wind. That's right.
1-2. You girls like to hear that. Foul knocks that one to Mulder. Fires over to 1 to get the out. Advances the runner over to third. So it'll go as basically as a sacrifice, but otherwise it's just a ground out. Good job there by Carson to get off of the mound and grab that ball quickly and fire it over to first base and get the out.
Got a new player in here, Nick Talma, hitting for the first time today.
Came in as a courtesy, I think, once.
He did.
Hits that one to the third baseman. Foul. Just missed. Going over the bag. 0-1. A nice job there by Talma to turn on that one. Strike 1. Here comes up, fires over.
Kelm only with 7 stolen bases on the season. Not sure why the interest in him, especially being on third pitch.
It's 1 run that doesn't even do anything. Ball.
As a pitcher, I always felt like that would get me out of my rhythm. If
And
the
it did,
coach-
and it's the
coach
second
would,
time.
Hey, try to keep them, pick them off, keep them honest, whatever. Once they got to third, coach would, what's the point? You're throwing home anyways.
Right. And the last time that Carson threw over on the pickoff, the next one he threw in the dirt for a ball. Focus the glove. Hammered by Talma down the line. Foul.
Still 1-2.
So even though he's hit the ball hard, it's counted for nothing. Just 2 long strikeouts, or strikes.
Folks out there watching, jump in the chat. Let us know Crusaders able to hang on and pull this one out.
That
Who we're
one's
gonna
fair.
Talk to. Yep, fair
no,
ball.
it is not. I guess I thought it was hopped over the bag, but the umpire's right there and says, nope, foul.
He's got a much better angle on it than we do.
Yeah. All 3 have been pulled hard to the left-hand side.
Would you go outside with something here?
Yeah, I think that get him to chase. It's 1-2. See if you can get him to chase there, because so far, he's been able to time you. Just missed on that breaking ball. That's a good pitch right there by Carson. See if you get him to chase on it.
2-2.
6-run lead here for the Crusaders. That's going to be fouled off to the right-hand side. Going to give chase. Van Herwarden misses it.
Just missed.
Long foul for a strike.
6-pitch at bat so far.
Sun going down behind the clouds.
Can feel that temperature drop.
The storm is rolling in here, I think, right? I think I heard Tuesday is supposed to be rain all day. We got a full boat. It's in the dirt. Good stop there by Billy. Full count.
Hopefully that rain will hold off. There's quite a busy schedule for Jeff's live streams tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got we're going to be over at Oakfield covering 3 total games, a doubleheader in softball. That's going to be on the outside. What an at-bat there for Talma. You got to give credit there. He was down 0-2, I believe. Battled his way back. No, I think it was not. I think it was 1-1 because we talked about the throwover that allowed the runner to advance. And now, runners at the corners for the Hornets. Yeah, we're going to be at Oakfield. Justin and Mackay right now, we're calling Laconia Mayville softball. I'm interested to see how that turned out. Those are 2 teams that are going to face each other in the regionals. That's the regional over there, Cameron, for softball was Lemira's the number 1 seed. Laconia is the 2. Mayville's the 3 seed. Ooh. That's the regional.
Ooh.
Can you believe that?
That's tough.
And those are 4 teams. So
Mulder looks like he changed his mind on the pickoff move there halfway through. Luckily, nobody moved.
0-1 to Braden Bruce. Is that correct? He's still in?
Yep, Braden Bruce up there.
Big swing at that. Snap throw over to first. Safe, but again.
Better quit worrying about the runner at first and pay attention to the one that's actually in scoring position.
Or let's just get the out. You're ahead 0-2.
Pitch to the batter. Yeah. Novel idea.
Yeah, you got a 6-run lead and you need 5 outs. Fouls that one off on the inside. Has seen so many breaking balls from Goldade. He had to get in there, absolutely. Danced his way out of the way so that it wouldn't hit him.
Quick hands to get around on that one and foul it off.
It is still 0-2. I am surprised the runner has not taken off over at first. Are you?
A little hard to believe. I thought that was a given.
That's going to be hit into the air.
Oh, Austin Phillips got that one. Dawson Kelm will tag and score from third. Nick Talma still hanging out at first.
It's almost like Lawson didn't know that there was a runner over on third and that was only an out. He hung on to that ball a little bit. But again, we're the one I'm preaching, no harm, no foul. Let that run score. In fact, let your runner from first score if you trade it for an out. I can't tell you how many times I had heard that. We'll trade this for an out. It's now 7-2. Ball on the outside. So that was a sacrifice there for Braden Bruce. Brings up the top of the order and Landon Lemke. That's going to be underneath it as well. Fouled off here. Nobody. They both all look at each other.
Jackson Butine's should have authority on
Yep,
that one.
He does.
I just don't think he was quite able to get there. Brant and Carson could have gotten to it, but they did the right thing in letting him make the ultimate call on that one. That's his ball to call.
1-1. Lemke had a single the last time, walked in the third. So he's been on, and runner's going to take off. Good scoop over there by Hoffman. And I'm not understanding why it's stolen base now. Two and one with 2 outs. Maybe I really don't understand this game. I should probably sit here.
He's just got the broadcast in his ear on an earbud, and a little bit of a delay. Oh, still, yeah, that's what it was.
That one gets away from Brant Billy, and he's now over at third base.
3-1, the count to Landon Lemke.
That's going to be hit up the middle. Can
Chopper
Hoffman
over the
get
head of
there? He
Mulder.
can. Fires that one into the parking lot. Nope, into the dugout instead. And the runner scores, and the other runner gets to advance to second on the error because it goes into the dugout. So reaches on an E6, and then a runner advances on the throwing error. And it's now 7-3. Brings up the catcher, Gavin Slark. Is that who that is, number 26? Is that right?
16.
16. First pitch is in there for a strike. CWC have a game tomorrow?
Supposed to, as long as it doesn't rain.
Yeah, I think that they're on the road, if I remember correctly. Over the head of Slark, 1-1. I wanted to say that they're drawing a blank where they're at, though. Fouls that one off.
They will. It says reserve game versus Abundant Life here.
Okay. 1-2, so they don't have a varsity game.
Varsity reserve game.
That's going to be hit well right at Jacob Skolma to get the out. Jacob has done a much better job out in the outfield today from the last time we saw him. And there's going to be 3 down. But 2 runs are going to come across and score on 1 hit and 1 error. And your score is 7-3 after 5.5. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here with the Dr. Cameron Hatcher here on Jeff's live stream. We'll be back.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
Looking for something special in your child's education? The choices you make for your child today will impact their future forever. At CWC, we provide a Christ-centered education that shapes students academically, spiritually, and personally. From our exceptional elementary and middle schools to the academic rigor of life-enriching programs of our high school, CWC offers a place for students to grow and thrive. Our approach integrates faith into every subject, helping your child see the world through God's eyes. To learn more or schedule a visit, go to wearecwc.org.
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field. Markesan trails the Crusaders 7-3. An opportunity here. Trailways East versus Trailways West, and this is the Trailways West champion, or currently in first place with a 10-2 record, tied with 9-2 for Partyville. Brant Bealey up to bat for the Crusaders. First pitch in there by Heberer is outside for a ball. 1-0. Next one in there for a strike on the outside edge. 1-1. Brant had a triple the last time he was up to bat. Hammered that ball to the right side. Third baseman pecks that out. Fires.
What a
play.
What a play.
Oh, there is a web gem right there. Laying out for that one is Lucas Bruce. Grabs a hold of it and fires across the diamond to get the 5-3 put out for the first out. It's going to bring up Jacob Skolma. Reached on the error. Here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball. Oops, I'm sorry. I thought I had hit that. See if I can brighten that up a little bit here with changing it right here. Here's the pitch. Foul.
1-1 to Skalma. Skalma, I believe, still leading the team in batting average, taking into account the first games of the season that he missed. Averages 465. Hits that one up the middle, roll slow grounder off the mound.
Good play over there by the shortstop.
Benton Vandenberg has him again.
That's right.
6-3 put out.
All three of those balls were hit to the shortstop. One on error on the last time he was up to bat, but this time they stayed with it and gets the out.
Hoffman, pretty good day for him at the plate. Pair of walks and a single.
Very good at bat. The last time when he hit that single. Got it all the way to a full count and battled his way and got the base hit. Right up the middle.
Ball 2.
Two-0. Hebrer ready to deliver. Off of the glove, that's a strike. 2-1. I think it's getting warmer out.
The wind might have died down a hair. Breaking between
my goodness.
breezes here.
I just cannot believe this crazy spring that we have had.
It's been back and forth.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
I will not be quick to complain talking to my parents down in North Carolina, and it's 80s and 90s already.
Yeah, I'm debating. No, I wouldn't like that. It's a little humid too, I'm guessing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. No.
A lot more than a little.
Skinny guys like me don't like that kind of.
Skinny guys like me don't either.
3-2. Hit hard right at the
Woo!
third baseman. I couldn't
Lucas
even flip the
Bruce
switcher.
With the quick hands.
What an inning for Lucas over there. 2 web gems to get the third out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on. And after 6 complete, the Crusaders are up 7-3. Last at-bats here for the Hornets. They got to push 4 across to keep this game going.
Absolutely. Benton Vandenberg, Lucas Bruce, Jabin Lawson due up for the Hornets. Looking to get something going here to extend this game.
We'll be back here on Jeff's live stream.
Welcome to Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Andy Kolker at My Property Shop is ready to assist you with your real estate needs. She prides herself on quick and smooth transactions with excellent negotiation skills. She is the local agent who puts your needs ahead of her own. Andy has already sold over $1 million in property in the first quarter of 2025. Do you want quality, detailed, accurate information in the real estate market? If so, contact Andy today. My Property Shop, located at 6 East Franklin Street, Waupun, or call or text 920-296-8738.
Hello, this is Jeff Sauer with Jeff's Livestream. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes, families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor.
Welcome back here to Schlieve Field. Benton Vandenberg up to bat for the Hornets.
3 outs away for the Crusaders to get the victory. First one is in there for a ball. So, hey, if you have any idea who you want to talk to, let us know. First one we've got down, we're talking to Gavin Goldade for sure. He had a great job on the mound today. Also, so far, Zach Hoffman hitting .500 at the plate. 1 for 2, I believe is what I have him for. With 2 walks, though, so he was on base 3 times. That's pretty solid job at the plate. You talked about, did you say Sam Greenfield? Let's see what we got.
And Brant Billy both. Next best days at the plate.
That's going to be hit well in the gap at right center.
Deep fly ball.
That's going to tail.
Too easy. He's making his round to third, and he'll stand up into third.
Nice hit right there to get things started for Vandenberg. He was struggling, although that's back-to-back hits for Vandenberg. That's a triple. Way to drill that ball.
Is it too little, too late?
I guess we will find out.
Lucas Bruce.
Stay tuned,
a 4-hole hitter.
Way to set that one up there, Cameron.
Absolutely. Every squirrel finds a nut, right?
That's right. Perfect setup right there. 0-1. Seven to 3. Hit on the ground to Jackson Butine. He grabs, fires across the diamond. Good job there, and gets the out to stay with it. They'll trade runs for outs right now. It's 7 to 4. No runners on. Brings up Jabin Lawson, 0 for 3 on the day. They have just had his number. Struggled on the pitcher's mound.
And again, the uncharacteristic day for him behind the plate as well. Normally a 298 hitter.
Yeah. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be hit well.
Hard up the middle. Phillips
over the center fielder's head. Lawson, he's going to try and turn it for a triple. Nope, he says, I'm staying right here.
Don't think he's going to try to leg that one out.
Gets the double. And right now they're hitting the ball hard out of the hand of Lawson Phillips. A little bit late on the instant replay for that one. My apologies.
Dawson Kelm looking to keep this rally, one-out rally going here.
Kelm had a single the last time against Boulder. That's in there for a strike.
Couple of singles for him today and a hit by pitch from Gold 8 earlier.
Yeah, been on base all 3 times. 2 for 2. That's going to be hit to the right-hand side.
Levi Phillips tracking. Got it.
Gets the out. And now they're down to their final out for the Hornets. Again, they can hit the ball hard right now, but if they're not pushing runs across, and every inning they had runners on. There wasn't a single inning where the Crusaders shut them down completely.
Unless I'm missing something, they've left 8 on.
Oh, I believe that's correct. First pitch in there to Heberer is a strike. Down to 2 more strikes left for the Hornets. Outside, we'll get things rolling here. I don't know if you got enough of a charge on the iPad. Do you want to take that, or do you want to just take the paper?
I'll take the paper.
That's going to be strike 2. The doctor's going to start to head down with the 2 strikeouts, or 2 strikes on Heberer. That's going to be hit to the right-hand side. Looks like that's going to be right at the right fielder, and that's going to do it as the Crusaders take a 7-4 victory here at Schlieve Field. Have them look towards center field. We're going to step aside here as you see the handshake line. We'll be back here, Jeff Sauer on Jeff's live stream.
Fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-2066 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you.
PT Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6.
What are your thoughts on the game? Did it go how you expected?
Yeah, well, we really needed a win today, and coming into today, I knew a win would boost our team's confidence a lot, so I knew it was much needed. And with Gavin was pitching and our hitters were seeing pitches, I knew we had a pretty good chance.
So we could tell how much Gavin's breaking balls gave a problem to the Hornets today. What about you behind the plate? Looks like you were getting quite the workout back there too.
Yeah, well, it was actually easier for me because I didn't have to do that much. I could just call the pitches, and I knew they were going to have good location, so I could just stay right there.
Good stuff. Sam, great to see you back out there today. How's the finger?
The finger's pretty good. You know, during batting practice today, I thought I would give it a try, and it felt pretty good, so I decided to play today.
Well, we couldn't tell from up there. Well, wish we could have seen you back out in the field. It was good to see you back behind the plate. What are your thoughts on the game coming out of here against Markesan with a win?
You know, our team was in a bit of a slump lately, but I think this win boosts our confidence quite a bit, and it's going to help us for playoffs next week.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to seeing it. Thanks, Sam. Big Gavin Goldade. I'm surprised you took the shave for this interview. So, tell us out there, how are you feeling on the mound?
Well, you know, last week got a little bit of ankle trouble. Sprained my ankle against UC Dodgeland. Managed to feel good enough to come out and put 5 solid innings up. You know, trust my teammate Carson to come in and close the game out.
And I left my paper up there. I think the stats where you had 5 strikeouts, gave up 4 hits and 3 walks. Not a bad outing.
Yeah.
So who do you guys have next?
Tomorrow, God willing, we play Abundant Life here at home, and if it rains, then we go on the road to the Big Red on Thursday.
Give us any predictions as we get ready to gear up here for playoffs?
It's been a rough season, not the way we wanted it to go, but I can see us making a little bit of noise in the playoffs.
You're not done. We're ready to keep watching you guys play. Gavin, thanks a lot. Congratulations. Jeff, back to you.
Thanks out there, Cameron. A nice job there interviewing, and a good job there by all 3 seniors here on Parents' Night. Did a fantastic job of sharing their information here. I'm going to grab the iPad here from the Dr. Cameron Hatcher here and see what I can pull up here for final statistics. As we're taking a look at it here, let's look at the visiting team here for the Markesan Hornets here. At the plate, Dawson Kelm had a good day. He was 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Ethan Roberts also was 1 for 2. And so Benton Vandenberg was 2 for 4. It took him a little while, but was able to get things rolling here. As a team, they took 4 walks and had 6 strikeouts, 2 hit by pitch. Those were early on. 7 stolen bases were given up by the Crusaders, but they didn't hardly push any of those stolen bases early on across. Let's take a look at the pitching statistics here for Markesan. Number 18, Jabin Lawson. He had thrown 43 pitches, 21 strikes, 22 balls, responsible for 3 runs, and had 1 strikeout and 4 walks. Braden Burke came in relief. He threw 57 pitches, so he is ineligible to pitch until Thursday. Jabin Lawson cannot pitch until Wednesday. I don't think they would have a game yet on Wednesdays. They will as they get into the sectionals. Burke threw 57 pitches, 32 strikes, 25 balls. And he only had 1 strikeout, 4 hits, and 2 walks. and he was responsible for 3 of the earned runs. And then let's take a look at Garrett Heberer, who came in. He had 29 pitches, 21 strikes, 8 balls. So he was very efficient, and he is eligible to pitch tomorrow with just those 29 pitches. 1 strikeout, no walks, and he did a good job at coming in and shutting things down, but it was a little bit too late. Let's take a look at those final statistics here for the Central Wisconsin Christian Crusaders. At the plate, Zach Hoffman was 2 for 4. Jackson Butine was 2 for 3. Sam Greenfield was 1 for 3. Glad to see him back in there after he had that injured thumb that he had broken the tip off of, that we were here for that game, and it's good to see him get back in there. As a team, the Crusaders had a total of only 5 hits, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts, and only 2 stolen bases. The pitching, though, Gavin Goldade was on fire on the mound. He had thrown 97 pitches, 60 strikes, 37 balls. That is a fantastic ratio right there. It's almost your 2-to-1 ratio of strikes to balls. That's exactly where you would like to be. He gave up 1 run, and he had 5 strikeouts and 3 walks, and only gave up 4 hits. And then Carson Mulder came in. He gave up, he had 40 pitches through 29 strikes, 11 balls. They scored 3 runs on Carson. He had 3 hits and 1 strikeout and only 1 walk. And of those 3 runs, only 2 were earned. So congratulations here to the Central Wisconsin Christian Crusaders, who had a fantastic outing today with a huge victory over the first place Markesan Hornets, who were in first place over in the Trailways West. And the Crusaders are struggling. You heard Gavin talk about it. He said that they have made a lot of mistakes. They struggled early, and hopefully now that they've got the ship righted, and they're pretty confident that they're going to make a little bit of noise in the playoffs coming up. I believe their seeding for baseball starts on Wednesday, and I'm not sure exactly when the seeding meeting is that CWC will be attending, but they're going to be in a tough regional, I think, as well, when I was looking at some of the teams that were there. Let's take a look at some of the other post-game information that I have here. The first thing that I want to make sure that we do is let's take a look at the upcoming schedule here that we have on Jeff's live stream. Tomorrow, we've got Oakfield Baseball. They're taking on Horicon, who is the first place team in the Trailways East. You also have Laconia and Lamira, as well as Wayland taking on Oakfield in softball. That's a doubleheader that we have here on Jeff's live stream. On Thursday, now there's probably a good chance that those 4 games are going to get rained out. I don't know how that's going to play in for Oakfield, but on Thursday, we've got Oakfield softball taking on Johnson Creek. That is going to be one dandy of a game. And you also have Houston Dodgeland taking on Oakfield for baseball. Lamira will be at Laconia, so they just flip-flop. And then you also have Winneconne, which is a fantastic team that will be taking on the Laconia Spartans in softball. So we got 4 games on the tap for Thursday. And then next Tuesday already, a week from tomorrow, the softball playoffs for us will start. They start already on Thursday, but none of the teams that we are covering actually start playing until Tuesday. And we are following the Oakfield Oaks, the Mayville Cardinals, the Laconia Spartans, and the Lamira Lions all the way through their playoff run in softball. I also want to make sure that we give a shout-out a couple of different fundraisers that we have taking place here. The first one that we have coming up here is the pancake breakfast that's coming up on Memorial Day for the it's a goodwill offering that the Booster Club for Central Wisconsin Christian Athletics is offering their pancake breakfast again. The doctor says it starts at 6:45. I won't be there, and maybe I'll have to have him set me a plate aside If it goes until 10 o'clock, I probably can get there for it, but anything before 9, I'm not going to get that pancake breakfast. But it'd be great to help out the teams that we support and help out their athletic programs as they continue to grow and to get better and support these smaller schools. And then speaking of the smaller schools, we also have the NHS over at Oakfield, who is putting together a cornhole or a bags tournament. They're looking for 16 teams, $20 per team. That's $10 per person. A team is 2 people. They'd love to have you get in there on Sunday, June 1st, starting at 1 o'clock. So after church, get your meal and then maybe go over there and have a little bit of fun playing some cornhole there. For $20, that definitely is a good fundraiser that you can do to support the Oakfield Oaks. And then finally, they have their golf outing for the Oakfield Booster Club is scheduled for Saturday, August 23rd. And I know we're going to get a whole bunch of other summer activities that are going to be taking place here on during the summer for fundraisers. So on Jeff's live stream, as we are noted, if people let us know what those are, we'll make sure that we share those out once again. And again, a fantastic job here by the Crusaders with their victory 7-4 over the Markesan Hornets. Before we leave, we always like to give a prayer of thanks. So if you would please join me here. Heavenly Father, we'd like to thank you again for the opportunity that we have here with our service to cover these young people that you have given the ability to participate in extracurriculars. We pray, Lord, that we bring glory to you in the coverage that we have here. We want to give thanks, Heavenly Father, for making sure that all of the athletes were safe, and we ask that you be with the Markesan Hornets as they travel home, as well as the Crusaders and their parents as they head home. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Whether it is cold and windy or hot and sunny, it doesn't matter as long as we have an opportunity one more day to praise you and bring glory to you. We ask this all in Jesus' name. Amen. Take care again. I want to thank the Dr. Cameron Hatcher for joining me here, doing a fantastic job on making the call here today. So thank you, Cam.
Absolutely. Always enjoy it.
And also, again, thanks to all of you out there for following us here on Jeff's live stream. Take care. God bless. We can't wait to see you at a diamond near us. Thank you for watching our broadcast. A shout out to our sponsors. This is Jeff Sauer. I hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Until next time, may God bless you today and every day.